Activating beast mode in the blockchain drag race with supremacy is something Cardano's competitors try often, but in most cases, whilst it creates a loud noise, this quickly turns into some form of explosion or misfire, rendering its journey problematic to say the least. The overuse of beast mode and its lack of output or delivery, longer term only makes users skeptical of its actual performance abilities. With Cardano, we keep getting glimpses of this mode being readied, but for smooth delivery, it's vital all the components are present, in place and well oiled before we really turn it on. For Cardano, beast mode may be on standby for now, but when it activates, it's going to deliver a relentless torque with all the components working in unison that will leave even the harshest critics no option but to spectate in awe. Welcome back for today's instalment of Cardano Insights, delivering a fast-paced bite-sized roundup of the all-important Cardano news and ecosystem content from the past 24 hours. Join me as I explore exactly what's been happening at the very pulse of Cardano. So let's get straight into it. First up, and speaking of beast mode, it seems the team at Typhon Wallet have activated theirs in the form of multi-address transactions. Yesterday we got this announcement from the team at Typhon Wallet that the new version release 2.2.0 has enabled multi-address transaction support. What this means for us as users is you're now able to send ADA, native assets or NFTs to multiple addresses in a single transaction. Depending on the size of the transaction, this feature can support the sending of assets to hundreds of separate addresses in one transaction. Now obviously, if the overall transaction has a ton of tokens, this will reduce the amount of separate addresses that you're able to use. But with a 16 kilobyte transaction size limit, depending on the overall size, you could include anywhere from 70 to 200 recipients in the single transaction. In terms of the fee for this multiple address transaction, it's slightly more than a single fee, but a massive difference in having to spend standard fees across multiple transactions. Going by what the team has said in conversations on Twitter, this feature will soon be made available on the mobile version of the wallet. Soon Typhon will also introduce another feature that will enable you to import CSV files with addresses for ease of use if you're having to build out a larger distribution of transactions. It's features like this that really do demonstrate the beauty of the EUTXO model, and also highlights just how us as users of the Cardano blockchain get to benefit from this architecture. This is another example of the definitional problem that we have in the blockchain world regarding TPS. So many are misinformed about Cardano's so-called low TPS, when in reality we can send hundreds of payments or tokens to now hundreds of separate addresses in just one single transaction. Fair play to Typhon Wallet for pushing the boundaries here and giving us this feature. I can definitely see this being a catalyst for more users choosing Typhon as a go-to Cardano wallet for this feature alone. This is the same development team that gave us Cardano Scan and now Typhon Wallet, which also makes you wonder just how good Flak Finance, which is also under development by this team, is going to be as a real-fi solution, considering they just keep demonstrating their quality in the products that they create. I've linked the wallet in the description below if you want to download it and give it a try for yourself. Now, sticking with wallets for the moment, this morning we got this reminder from Eternl that staking with the Eternl staking vault offers a guaranteed annualized 4.39% ROS for the next 6 months. If you've never heard of the Eternl staking vault, it's a funding mechanism designed to support further development of the Eternl wallet. The difference between staking as we know it to staking with the Eternl staking vault is the fact that the latter requires a lockup period. Whilst the ADA remains in your wallet and is safe, it will not be accessible as would your normal stake balance. When staking with the staking vault, an extra account will be generated so that it will not interfere with your everyday wallet funds. You select an amount of ADA, minimum 500, as well as the lockup period, either 12 epochs minimum or up to 36 epochs. You will then be presented with the exact amount of rewards that you'll earn during the lock period. This data will be part of the transaction metadata, clearly visible on-chain for you to check. The rewards will then be added to a time-locked address during the epoch before your funds will unlock. Upon unlocking, you'll withdraw your staked ADA as well as the ADA rewards. This is an active staking process, which means you have to keep track of the lock period. Once the lock period is over, you will need to move your funds back to your main account manually to again then generate any public pool rewards or to restake with the staking vault. You as a delegator will earn about 15% more ADA rewards over the 12 epoch minimum period, and the longer you commit your ADA, the longer more additional rewards you will earn. For me personally, I prefer to have access to all of my ADA and don't like lockup periods, but I can definitely see the value here, for one, to support a great wallet's further development, and also the guarantee of higher consistent staking rewards returned against your ADA. If you want to read more about the Eternl staking vault, head over to Eternl, select staking vault, and read the short FAQ which covers everything we've discussed here and more. Next up, and we briefly turn to Vasil, and as discussed yesterday, we're around 50% of SPOs already upgraded to version 1.35.0 on the Vasil testnet. and this needed to be at 75% or above to activate the hard fork event to testnet. Well, it didn't take long, and at the time of recording this video, we're now sitting around 80% of block producers already upgraded. This means there's now enough complete to hard fork the Vasil testnet, so expect an announcement from Input Output imminently if it hasn't already come out. You can also track this progress through the Cardano Explorer, which I've linked in the description below. Now, yesterday we discussed COTI and specifically the update regarding JED stablecoin. But in the Cardano ecosystem, there's going to be many different options when it comes to accessing stablecoins. You may already be aware, but Ardana is aiming to be the first all-in-one stablecoin ecosystem on Cardano. In essence, the platform will enable users to leverage supported Cardano native assets by generating a whole range of stablecoins against them. In a recent article, Ardana laid out exactly how the Ardana vaults will work. So the vaults themselves enable users to create stablecoins using Cardano native tokens that have been deposited in the vaults. The Ardana vault is a permission-free system with a surplus of collateral to safeguard all generated stablecoins on-chain. This solution makes it very straightforward to obtain, generate and utilize DUSD. Users earn DUSD by depositing collateral in vaults within the protocol via collateralized debt positions, which are unique smart contracts. Through this method, the DUSD is disseminated and users have access to liquidity. Others acquire DUSD by purchasing it from brokers, exchanges, or by accepting it as payment. Once you've generated, purchased, or received DUSD, you can use it just like any other cryptocurrency. Every DUSD or the equivalent currency is backed by the excess collateral. This means the collateral is worth more than the DUSD debt, and furthermore, all the DUSD transactions are visible to the public on the Cardano blockchain. If users wish to generate DUSD, they will first need to access the Ardana vaults in the Ardana app, and the same process is required for any other Ardana stablecoin. Once an asset is accepted as collateral within the vaults, it can produce stablecoins using smart contracts. Each user can open up an unlimited amount of vaults, and each vault will contain a single Cardano native token. By depositing approved collateral in a vault, a user interacts with the vault and generates a collateralized debt position. After depositing assets in the vault, a user can earn Ardana stablecoins against their collateral up to a specific amount. After the collateral is generated, the user must settle the principal amount plus interest before releasing it. I've linked the full article in the description if you want to take a deeper look into the Ardana vaults and the workings of the stablecoins in general. Now just quickly, if you remember yesterday we discussed the EUTXO.org Explorer tool that provides a visualization of block production. Well, it seems to have also caught the eye of a certain Mr. Charles Hoskinson, where he took to Twitter writing, "I'd love to see this get some catalyst funding." The reason I bring this back up is I think it's great that efforts from community developers like this get this type of recognition, and I think it'll only spur on others to continue to build on Cardano. So before we finish up today, remember the World Mobile and IOHK AMA featuring Charles and Mickey Watkins is today at 4 PM UTC, so it may already be live at the time of this video going out, so make sure you tune in if you get the chance. It's going to be an insightful session that I'm certainly excited for, but I'll be sure to cover the best bits in tomorrow's video. Also yesterday I did say that I'd feature the minting of the Genius Yields NFTs in today's video, however at the time of filming it seemed the mint was not quite ready. I'm sure this will happen at some point today, so maybe we can take a look in tomorrow's episode. So that's it for another installment of Cardano Insights. I hope you enjoyed today's video and found value in the content, and if you did, please be sure to comment, like, share and subscribe. I'd like to take this moment to thank everyone that so far subscribed and supported the channel, tuning in each weekday. It really does mean a lot and I appreciate you. We'll be back soon with your daily roundup. Until then, thanks for watching, have a great day, and as always, keep it Cardano.